Everyone, welcome back. So, winter came last episode. I've done some things off camera, some quarrying, um, gathered some wood, pine to be specific. Also did a little bit of cooking. I believe we went on a hunting trip last episode, so I cooked all that up. And it's sitting in the cellar at this point in time. It is November 7th, and really cold. I went also to our little fire clay deposit and completely cleared that out. There is another one somewhere over here. I remember seeing it. I don't know where exactly, but it is over there. Yeah, all of our saplings are not going to grow, which means we're going to have a small forest over here the first day of spring. That being said, looking over here, I also rearranged all the berry bushes. We got black currants together. All the blueberry bushes and red currants are together. Then I have cranberries over there. But anyhow, I've quarried out these stone slabs for a future project. However, last episode, I believe we also started working on this forge. The end goal being creating a windmill. So I think first things first, we're going to grab some tools and go looking for maybe something a little nicer than this conglomerate cobblestone. It's kind of green. I don't know if I want that for the tower. Alternatively, I could try and go get some more larch and make it out of larch planks, but I kind of like the stone idea, just thematically going with the forge kind of thing. We have fired shingle roof over there. I kind of want to keep with the fireproof theme we have, even though it's not really necessary. But going up here, and of course it's going to get really foggy. See this giant rock wall. Requires a little less digging if you do it in a place like this. But you can just go across like this. See, that's 4. You might get a little chert with this as well. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 blocks up. So 1, 2, and actually I'm over here. So let's put our light away. So this is the second block. This would be 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we would mine 6 blocks back. And then knowing that this is the edge of our slab, we'll go 5 more blocks this way. So that's 3, 5, 6. And I'm sure there's a way to do this without actually having to mine everything out. But I haven't figured it out yet. You see there's 2 stages to the animation. So you'll just wait for that second stage to hit and go to the next splitter plug. And I tend to prefer doing the bottom ones last, so I don't fall. With iron splitter plugs, you get a 6x6 cube. It's about 200 and something, 217 blocks maybe. And doing the final split on the bottom prevents you from falling. And you never know, there might be a cavern underneath here. You could fall even like much further than 6 blocks. So it's best to play it safe. Looks like we get a little bauxite in there as well. See all of our splitter plugs just drop on the ground. And we get a whole bunch of chert and bauxite with a little conglomerate. Let's look at this slab. So yeah, pretty even split between chert, bauxite, and conglomerate. So that'll give us some decent variety for our castle project, which I think is coming up here soon. Someone in the comments mentioned a lighthouse for a potential build over there on my little hill, which it sounds like a really nice idea. I just don't know. It's not really a decent ocean. I don't know if I would waste, you know, materials building a boat just for this little inland sea. I would much rather, I think, find a large ocean and build a base over there, and then build a boat with a lighthouse and all of that other stuff. I'm not saying I'm not going to build a lighthouse, but it would be... I think that would be best saved for something else. Oh yeah, and I said I was going to look at some ruins around here. There was a pit in the ground. Let's go see what's over here. So I think the best route down is right here. Oh, granite. That's pretty sweet. And oh wow, this is pretty large. So we're gonna block this off really quick, so I don't have to deal with any bad guys. And maybe we'll find something decent in here. So a little more magnetite. Nice to know that I had iron sitting underneath me this entire time, and I didn't have to go running off to Timbuktu. Some more feathers. Never gonna say no to arrows. Wow, those hurt. I should have gotten rid of that. An aged torch holder. Not bad. A bunch of rusty gears. More metal scrap. A bar of lead. A Jonas subassembly. Ruined flanged mace. That'll look nice on a weapon rack. Alright, let's go a little further down. See what's going on. Really hope there's not a locust spawner down there. That would be very unfortunate. Wow, my inventory is full. Very quickly. More metal spikes. Squire boots. That's interesting. Forlorn Hope Veil. And a plumber's blueprint. What can that be used for? Oh. I can make pipes. Now that could be interesting. Huh. Ingredient for rusted pipe. Interesting. I'll have to play around with that, maybe do some research. That could be fun. Little addition to our... Ooh, and a planter. Finding all kinds of nice little decorative... Tons of stuff in here. Though I'm not seeing much else. Lots of aged boards. Huh. Well, that was an interesting little ruin. See some bony soil. I wonder... Nothing. Well, alright then. I don't need gravel. But I will take the bony soil. Alright then. Well, that's that ruin explored. And it is already almost dark out. At 4 in the afternoon. Currently living in Colorado. Kind of the same story here, honestly. We just had a really big, well, it was supposed to be a really big snowstorm. Didn't end up being all that impressive, to be honest. But it did snow enough that my little Corolla was not going to make it to church today, so we're going to record an episode instead. Yeah, I think we'll put this little planter in here, maybe? At least for now. I don't know what else we're going to do with it. Some Squire boots. I wonder... Plus 1.4, plus 3.6, so that's it's gonna be good for the summer, I think. Not much else. So we have a torch holder here, and a torch holder here. Where else would we want a torch holder? Maybe here. For lighting. Yeah, that'll look nice. What is that even? Does it go on the head? Is it a mask? Oh. So it's just a mask. That's kind of cool. Kind of looks frozen. Very apt for the current season. Yeah, I think we'll rock with that for a little bit. And if you were wondering how to get rid of class-specific recipes, just hit T on your keyboard in single player, and then do /world config class exclusive, and then set that to false, and get rid of the extra E. There we go. So I just have to restart this little world. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it just yet, so it's fine. I'm not going to exit out of it just yet. But I think we're in dire need of some decoration. It's looking pretty barren in here. I kind of liked the little table here. So I think we're going to put another table there. Put these away. Grab our chisel. And the little copper hammer we had. And we'll probably just use this up the rest of the way. I think we're going to do it out of walnut. Yeah, that'll look nice. So, I want to use a debarked log, actually. So we're going to put our hammer in the offhand and turn these into chiselable blocks by right-clicking. Alright. I'm pretty pleased with that, actually. Okay, so next up, I think we get rid of this pile of chisels and move our planter and grab all of our wood and set it over here, and then come over here and grab some peat and stack that up, kind of like that. I think that'll make this look a little bit more cozy. Maybe we'll stack up the rest of our peat over here. We'll put some of these down. So we got one large rawhide that we could kind of use like that. And then I think, yeah, these really don't take up as much space as I was hoping. Yeah, that'll look nice. So I think that looks pretty decent. We've got our little table here. Maybe we could, well, I don't know. I don't know what I want to put on there. Maybe I should be looting more ruins for clutter. That might be the move. And then I think we will put this mace right here. And move my bed. That looks pretty nice. We'll put our jug on top of the bed like this. It's already looking better in here, I think. Ah, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll make a armor rack for our bear hide armor. That'll look pretty sweet. Let's see, what do we need for an armor rack? An armor stand, rather. 2 hay bales and some boards. So, 5 boards, just like that. I think we could put this guy... It's kind of out in the middle of everything. I wanted it to be... That'll work. Let's put the helmet on him. Not on ourselves, but on him. Yeah, that looks nice. Really tying this whole place together, I think. And now, I think I want to do another table. So let's move these shelves over here. And put the planter here for now. Because I think I need soil. How do planters work? Do I have to put dirt in it in the crafting grid? No. Well, I guess it just stays there. Maybe I just put the plant in it. What kind of plants do we have? I have horsetail. I don't think I want that in the house. However, fern would look quite nice in the corner, just like that. And this time I think I'll just use a regular walnut log. So let's get started. We'll turn all these into chiselable blocks. And then for the top, maybe claystone, or do I want to keep using andesite? I've already got kind of an earthy feel in here. So maybe the claystone would look good. I don't know yet. Maybe polished claystone. Yeah, I think that'll do real nice. Just like that. I think that looks pretty nice. And it is now 5:41 in the morning. Sun is coming up. Maybe it's time to check on our greenhouse really quick. Another nice thing about putting these glass slabs right here and waterlogging them is that they won't freeze. So you continuously just water all your plants. Our spelt is not doing so hot, but that's all right. Well, maybe I should have gone all in on the rye. Maybe that would have been a better option. I also have a suspicion just based on how cold it's getting, that the rye is gonna die off here pretty soon as well. So the greenhouse might be good for a midsummer planting. Probably not late summer. Alright, now that that's out of the way, we're gonna grab a rough cut chisel. I believe that's what this is. Oh, that's a wedge. That's what we need. Yeah, because we want bricks. Alright. So we'll grab that. We're going to go upstairs. And, actually, I moved all of our grout into our chest over here. Alright, so now I have to make a decision. Do I want to use the conglomerate for these ashlar, or do I want to use chert? The more I think about it, I think chert might look a little nicer sitting directly next to our slate, I believe, on the bottom level. And I think it'll look nice alongside our red roof tiles. So I think that's what we're going to go with. So we'll come over to our slab with our wedge chisel, a hammer in the offhand, and we're going to select with control, right click to pick chert, and then we're just going to hold right click. Well, we accidentally got a few bauxite blocks there, but we'll just set them down right there. Okay, so coming over here, we can make a few of these, and actually now that I'm looking at it, we're going to need probably the rest of that mortar. Not entirely sure what the thought process was on that, but we're going to come up just like that. So with the forge being pretty much complete, I mean, we still have to build the windmills, but we can move on to our next task, which actually we need to put a little lighting in here just to try and mitigate spawns until we finish building the place. I think some pillars in here would be a nice touch, and this will allow it. This will make it a little easier to work inside of here once we get all the pieces for our windmill. Sorry, I like to spam screenshots. This game just looks so good sometimes. It's hard to say no. So tentatively, this build is complete. Alright then, so the extra bowl has been taken care of once more. Kind of annoying, to be honest. I don't know how they keep spawning in there. Maybe that's just a spawn point, and I keep getting lucky that they're not ending up outside the building. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's see how all of our pigs are doing. Got a bunch of full-grown sows and boars. Good weight, so it might be time to start harvesting. Alright then. We're gonna grab this trough. Maybe we'll leave these guys here as like a backup kind of situation. Yeah, I don't see the point in killing them all off. You know, I don't really need food that badly. Let's go ahead and put this other trough over here, and leave those chickens to brood. All right. And now for a crock that's full of rotted food, you're going to want to go to a water source and just dump it in. I don't know if barrels work. Apparently not. 24 liters of rot. So we'll put that back. And toss that in there. Seal it up. We have another empty barrel. We should have a decent amount of compost from spring. I mean, it's 16 per barrel. This one's 3/4 of the way done. This one just started. And we have 16 in here. So, in theory, we could grow some pretty decent nitrogen crops come spring. I should put this back. I kind of wish I had planned out something a little bigger than just finishing out the windmill tower for this episode. It's just difficult to plan things in winter because the sun goes down almost as fast as it came up. And, you know, the temperatures mean you can't really travel all that far. There's usually decently high rift activity. It can make it difficult to really stay outside for any length of time. I think in between episodes I might go mining, get some more copper so that I can pan for some more lanterns. And try to light the place up a little more so I can work outside in the dark more often. We're kind of in between projects right now. I mean, it's winter's just started, so kind of staying inside and doing little chiseling projects like this. That's kind of how I've always passed winter, but it doesn't make for very good content, I don't think. Or panning through sand and gravel to try and find candles and stuff. I mean, it's just not super entertaining to watch, really. I think I'll spend some time getting ready for maybe a bigger project. Maybe I'll start lining out a keep of sorts. What the hell? I have never seen that before. That was creepy as fuck. Alright then. Anyway, we're going to go back inside because there are skinwalkers outside apparently. After we get all our crops set up, we'll go to the archives. I haven't really decided if I'm going to do that just yet. In all honesty, I've only ever watched people do the archives. I've never actually done it myself. It's never been a huge priority of mine. And the only armor we have right now is this bear armor, which is not going to do all that much in the archives. But that might be a midsummer goal. that I could shoot for. Go in and tackling the archives for first time ever for me personally. Sure, many people have done it without too much trouble, especially if you over prepare. I seen a guy do it in plate armor. I was like, oh wow, that's seems a little overkill. But alright, these are all sealed up. So I think we did pretty alright on food for the winter. Actually, now that I'm really thinking about it. And I'm feeling more and more confident with the stability of the of this little world. Or at least of this base. I don't know about the whole world. But maybe the next few projects I think are going to be in preparation for traveling off and doing the archives. We already have the item needed to get the map marker, and that's also one of the reasons why I disable class recipes, because I've heard that the Linen Gambison, I believe, or Gamboised, or yeah, the Linen Gambison armor, protection tier 2, so I think it would actually allow us to go after bears and things like that. But it is also used in recipes for other pieces of armor, I think. Or maybe that's the leather gambeson. How many leather do I need to build this whole thing? So I need 7 for the helmet. I need 22 leather, so 29 for the helmet and body armor. And then the legs is another 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so 40 leather to make 1 leather gambeson. This one seems better for traveling, just because it doesn't hurt your walk speed as much, and it doesn't give you as much hunger, while still providing protection tier 2. I may end up making both, and just using one to travel and one to fight in. Anyway, I'm pretty pleased with the way this all turned out. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you learned something, let me know. If you want to see me do something, if it's within my scope, I'll give it my best shot. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.